Well, it seems that the original video I recorded in my truck didn't seem to make it, so I'll give you a quick rundown. I woke up at about 1:30 a.m., made some oatmeal, and then drove my truck about an hour to the trailhead and started out on the trail at about 3 in the morning. Not much video because it was very, very dark, no illumination. But I started filming when the sun came up.
Well, it's almost 5:30 and the sun is rising. Oops. It's really windy, a bit cold, but there's really no snow on the north side of Belford here. I honestly could have worn my trail shoes, but I'm gonna probably need my boots to get over to Missouri, it looks like. What an amazing sunrise. I'm actually pretty close to the top of Belford already. Not even 6 yet. Top of Mount Belford. Really windy up here. But boy, is it beautiful. A lot of climbing to get here. Could have done it in trail shoes, for sure. I barely walked on snow at all. Yeah, I'm at the bottom of the saddle between Belford there and Oxford there. Oxford on the left. This one right ahead, you know, I don't want to go miss it. It's like a 14er, so, and I know Harvard is just south of here, so maybe Harvard. I don't know. Again, mostly dry here. Little patches of snow, a lot more technical going down here than anywhere else. But it looks real simple going up to the top of Oxford. So up Oxford, back down, and then back up, and then back down, and then back up, and then down. Goodbye. Top of Mount Oxford. Still windy, very windy. Get almost blown off my feet sometimes going up. Beautiful views. See what I'll do next. Made it back to Belford. So I think there's a route where you go down this way, across that valley, and then up in between that saddle, and the peak should be right there. I'm gonna look at my map again. I can't see the back. It looks fine, but I can't see the back side of the mountain. So I need to check the map to see how steep it is and to see if it's possible. The snow looks good. It's probably still crunchy. It looks pretty good for crampon and ice axe, but I'll check it out. Well, that's Missouri right there. I took a look down that backside to see if I could go around that way. But nah, I mean, you could. You definitely could go down to the lake and then work your way up to that saddle there. But it's a long, steep way down and then back up to that lake. So I'm just gonna try to stick to what it says, which I think is going up those rocks right there, where it's not too steep, hitting the ridge line, and then following the ridge line all the way to the top over there. Probably much safer, so I'm gonna go for the safer route. It's already been 6 hours that I've been moving. Still feeling good. We'll see how I feel after this uphill here. looks like it's gonna be strenuous. Well, it's time for the steep ascent up Missouri. There's some foot tracks, and it just looks like it goes up a wall. So yeah, steep. Maybe the steepest stuff I'll climb on as of this date. I'm kind of feeling like I should have gone with Missouri first and then went over to Belford. It looks like it would have been easier that way, because I think you come up way over there and then you follow the ridge. Yeah, this way is hard. Almost there. Holy shit. That was very, very intense. That was definitely some class 3 spots in there. There were times where I was just crawling on my hands and knees, and I started post-holing on the really steep stuff. I was just sinking my eye sacks in and kind of using that to pull myself up. Sometimes I was just straight up crawling, just completely crawling. But I made it. We are at the ridge line, and the top is just over yonder. Definitely done with the hard stuff. A little bit more to the top. Oh, here's the final push to Missouri. A little sketchy, not too bad though. And then just came across those rocks there. Not too bad. I don't feel as sketchy as I did going up that steep stuff. But a couple more meters, we'll be at the top, and we'll have all 3 peaks. You can kind of see where I went up near those little splotches right there, and then just straight up to the ridge line. I will be following the ridge line back, which is the intended way to go up. Really windy, but whew. Looks like where we descend, according to the map, because the trail kind of stops here. Looks like you could still follow the ridge a little bit, but this is where we go down and where we were supposed to come up, I think. Oh, right at the 9-hour mark. Finally about ready to leave this valley. Tough walking through right in this valley here, because you would just randomly hit a post hole that would go up to your hip. You'd sink all the way, and that's after like 3 minutes of walking around, staying on top of the snow, and then all of a sudden you'd completely eat it. As you see, Belford, not much snow there. Really, if you just did Belford and Oxford, you could probably just have trail shoes. Feet might get a little cold, but if you wore a bunch of warm socks or left a little later. Missouri, you definitely want some crampons still, because I think even the traditional route up is still pretty gnarly. And back down we go, finally off the snow, and finally back onto a trail, which is nice. Though it looks like there's more snow. But I know once you get down here you go through some avalanche debris, and then it's completely dry. Well, here I'm at the avalanche debris field, and it is slow, painfully slow going down, and it was painfully slow going down. That last part, just you gotta be so careful to not to post hole, and there's spots where there's not enough room to, you know, justify putting on snowshoes, so you just gotta deal with it. This part I do remember, but I feel like I'm going down about as fast as I was going up, just because there's a lot of obstacles in the way. Right up here, you can see the entirety of the avalanche debris. This was all dark. I was just going by headlamp when I went through this before. And wiped everything out. Whew, back in the car, and I am extremely tired. It was almost 11 hours and 24 kilometers, I think. So, you know, well over a half marathon in distance. And a lot, I don't know how much elevation gain yet, but I'll post it on the Garmin Connect since I tracked it with that. That avalanche washout, I can't imagine, it just goes down the gully, and I can't imagine the Forest Service cleaning it out anytime soon. But yeah, I'm really proud that I was able to get it done. That last little bit of Missouri, where I had to really dig deep for that one, and then going down was tough on the knees. My knees are feeling it. So I might take tomorrow off, or let my knees recover a bit, and then maybe do something small Thursday, because I've got the marathon, Leadville Marathon, on Saturday. Bye.